We've already solved problems that require the addition of either positive or negative integers. We now need to investigate how to subtract both positive and negative integers. As I work the problem on the screen, you work it on your tray. Please reset your trays before we start. Jose received $2 for helping his father, and Jose's brother told him he did not have to repay the dollar Jose owed him. How much has Jose's worth changed? Since Jose earned $2, I represent this as a positive 2. Positive 1, positive 2. I need to subtract the negative 1 that he owes his brother, but I don't have any negatives to subtract from. I need to get a negative 1 by using what I know about 0. Remember that if we add 0 to a number, we still have the same value. Each time I add a positive 1, I will also add a negative 1. This is the same as adding a 0. I add a positive 1, and I add a negative 1. I now have a negative 1 that I can take away. Positive 2 minus negative 1 equals positive 3. Jose's worth increased by $3. Let's work another problem. This time I'll start it and let you finish it. Remember to reset your trays before we start. John missed 5 points on an assignment, and his teacher took away 2 more points for turning it in late. How many points did he lose? Since John lost 5 points on the test, I represented this using 5 negatives. Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. I need to subtract the positive 2 points that his teacher took away, but I don't have any positives to subtract from. Your teacher is now going to pause the movie while you finish the problem. He or she will restart the movie when they're ready to go on. Here's how I finished the problem. I didn't have any positive points to take away, so I used what I knew about 0. Remember that if we add 0 to a number, we still have the same value. I used this to solve the problem. Each time I added a positive 1, I also added a negative 1. This is the same as adding a 0. Positive 1, negative 1. Positive 2, negative 2. I now had 2 positives to take away. Negative 5 minus positive 2 equals negative 7. John lost 7 points. Let's work one more problem. This time I'll give you the problem and you'll work it by yourself. Jack looked at the thermometer at 7 a.m. and it was minus 2 degrees. When he looked at the thermometer at 8 a.m., it was positive 3 degrees. How much had the temperature changed? Your teacher will pause the movie and restart it when he or she is ready. Here's how I worked the problem. To find the change in temperature, I had to subtract the lower temperature from the higher temperature. In this case, I had to subtract negative 2 from positive 3. I represented the higher temperature by using 3 balls. Positive 1, positive 2, positive 3. Since subtraction means to take away, I had to take away 2 negatives. I didn't have 2 negatives to take away, so I needed to use my knowledge of 0 to make them. Positive 1, negative 1. Positive 2, negative 2. I now had 2 negatives that I could subtract or take away. Positive 3 minus negative 2 equals positive 5. The temperature had changed 5 degrees.